Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Viore, BetterHelp, Delete Me, and Helix Sleep. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. I'm Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, and Dusty Slay.
All right.
As usual.
We're up in here.
If you wanted something different, you're like, again.
We're back.
Tone. Yeah, you just go like, ugh.
Never get too much of a good thing, I think. You know, people are like, this is a recipe that works.
You can never give, like, someone can't ever get enough of it.
If you like it,
yeah,
you're like, keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We're like coffee. You drink coffee every day. You don't wake up and go, you know what? I'll have tea today.
Yeah.
You want coffee.
Also probably bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't rot your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what you want.
All right.
I agree.
These are great points.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page here. Do you think you'll ever retire from comedy? Do you think you'll quit when you're on top, or do you think you'll just fade away?
Is this an ad for?
That sounds awful.
For one of your
but I think
sponsors?
about that
For
sometimes.
BetterHelp?
I think about that. Not for myself, but I think about stand-up comedy so young. There's not really like a playbook for how people end their careers or if they ever do. I mean, you thinking that far in the future? It's for both of y'all.
I'll quit.
Yeah, I mean, you're just waiting, right?
The eclipse.
Yeah.
Well,
You're like, think there's a retirement plan. Like, you're trying to get your pension and then get out.
yeah.
Whenever it kicks in.
Yeah. I think I will. I don't know. The thing that I love about stand-up is that I don't know. There is no ceiling.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what phone call you're about to get. You don't know what show you're about to get. And I've loved that since when it was nothing. Just, you know, I was getting a spot somewhere. So that is, I mean, that's the most fun thing to that. Being addicted to that is like just being like, it just kind of keeps you going. Like you don't know what's going on. And so, I mean, I always thought I would know. I just always felt that. I don't know if it was like, maybe I thought like God would tell, like, you know, you just would feel satisfied and go, that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like I need to go do anything else. And maybe then I still go do it, but maybe you're doing theaters and you're kind of just doing it like, you know, I enjoy it and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could see, you know, I mean, I have another big tour after this. It's not now because I have finish this tour, special come out, and then I'll do I don't know when the next tour will probably be 2025. I'm not sure, or it will be. I'm just not sure if it'll be at the front or at the start in the middle. So if you want to come out, this is gonna be the last till I'll stop in July, and then I bet I don't go out till later in the year of 25.
Maybe get into music, you know, start a band.
I don't really like when people do that.
Poetry.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that either, but I would maybe be okay with that more than the band, because I feel like a band, they're going to make you come, and poetry, people do it kind of quietly and privately, and they don't make you come. But when other people start a band, you know, when you hear like some guys like he's got a band on the side, you're like, ugh.
Johnny Depp has a band. Or
They
like
all,
that.
yeah, and they go play, and you're just like, what are you doing, dude? Like you're trying to make people go watch that now. Like, is it not enough? Have you not asked enough out of them to watch you do stand up?
I like the idea that
Do you have a band or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to pitch my album.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you come out and you go, I'm getting into slam poetry now. And everyone laughs.
Oh, slam poetry.
Right. And everyone laughs. And then you do a poem and then they're like, well, that was funny. You really committed to that bit. But then you do poetry the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And people are very confused. But they're also like, you know, he's pretty good at this.
You're saying he becomes Dice.
Yeah. I just like that idea of like, oh, he's really committed to this bit. Then you just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that's funny as we say it right now, but in the moment it would be pretty bad. And, you know,
Well, we'll see how good the poems are.
Now, what is slam poetry?
I don't know. It just feels more aggressive than regular poetry.
Yeah.
You said poetry, I thought like a sonnet.
Like
You know?
slam poetry is where you're like kind of rapping, but it
Oh,
sometimes it's very good. But other times it's like when it's like real amateur, it's like
Mhm.
not very good, but you still have to pretend like it is.
I can't imagine it's very good. Even if you're the top of the top, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
I think if you're into it,
yeah,
you could see that it's good, but it's
yeah.
like improv. Like it can, even if you get the top of the top, you're like, yeah, I had a fun time. You know?
Yeah.
Like you're not. I don't think you leave it's like, well, I'm different now. You
Yeah.
just kind of go, well, at least it wasn't.
I had to
Bad
follow
ones.
slam poetry at a barbershop in Milan, Tennessee, and it got so serious and so uncomfortable. I had to step outside I couldn't be in there when it was happening.
Mhm.
Was it you cringing or like getting emotional?
No, I was not getting emotional, but it was just too
I can't go,
intense.
guys.
It was such an intense energy, and I don't even
Yeah.
know what the guy was talking about. He's just yelling about stuff, so I had to step outside.
I would go do a poetry open mic. I would go do comedy at it once in a while in Charleston. There wasn't a lot of spots, and I would go, let me do comedy here.
Uh-huh.
And it would go well, but sitting there waiting to go up was like that, where it was like, geez,
It was one of those places everybody snapped and stuff.
nah, they would still clap, but it was like, I would be like, man, you guys are sad. The people writing the poems, it's like, you're real sad. You're a sad bunch of people.
Mhm.
I bet you're into like Charles Bukowski.
I wasn't a Charles Bukowski.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's like a guy who writes about drinking. And
Yeah,
stuff.
he's a poet that's a real alcoholic. And they said he used to go and such a bad alcoholic, he would pawn his typewriter for money for booze, and then he would have to turn his poems into his publisher handwritten.
Yeah.
He was like way back, like the 50s, maybe even the 20s. I don't know.
Pretty different.
Pretty different
Uh,
for sure. Maybe the 50s though. I'm leaning towards the 50s.
50s, maybe in the 40s. No, you just went straight to 20s.
I don't know the guy's whole bio, but I was into his poems, and I would drink and read these poems, and comedy did a lot for me.
Yeah.
Give me some direction.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Charles Bukowski is great though, but it's like, it's a darkness.
So I don't even know if I know a name one.
You can't name a poet? Shakespeare?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. He's the big one.
Oh, yeah.
Is he a poet?
Yeah, I mean,
But
look,
you think
no
about
one's
him
even,
most
no one's even coming close to him.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? You've never heard that?
Yeah, we talked about it once.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
There's a lot of like nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's
How about nonsense?
well, the Romeo and Juliet, like it doesn't make they say he says it in a way that's like, he's not asking. He should say it. in a
Oh,
regular
wherefore
way.
art thou? We
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should do a poetry episode later.
The Charles Bukowski thing is he didn't do rhyming poems, so they were just like little stories. And I always
So
So he's
liked
an
them
author. He wrote a book.
That's what I'm saying. Just say you write prose
Well,
at that point.
he would do some short stories, but he is considered a poet. And I always liked it because it was like, it was easier to read and understand.
What's writing prose?
Prose is just like regular writing, like it's sentences, paragraphs, and like you're writing a story.
Okay.
And it's not artistic. The form isn't artistic at all. You know what I mean? Like you read a book, that's prose.
Right.
Mm.
But if you're not trying to rhyme it, it's like why do you? It's not poetry.
Well,
You know?
I guess there's a debate about that.
No.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that?
Mhm.
That's this Friday,
Oh,
March
man.
15th. So the story I guess it's a true thing. I mean, Julius Caesar was the most powerful person in the world. That's true. Maybe the most powerful person all time I read, any time in
Oh.
history.
Interesting.
And a fortune teller told him, be careful of the Ides of March. Something bad's going to happen to you. And on that day, he was walking to a Senate meeting. He saw that guy on the street. He was like, hey, it's Ides of March. Here we are. Kind of cocky. And the guy, the soothsayer, the fortune teller was like, the day ain't over yet. Shows up at the Senate meeting. All his friends and colleagues stab him to death.
Mm.
So if you ever hear about the Ides of March, that's
Right.
what that was.
And Brutus stabbed him. Et tu, Brute. Yeah.
His friend.
Yeah.
Why did they stab him?
I think he was gaining so much power and they didn't like the direction he was taking.
A political assassination.
Yeah.
Including his best friend stabbed. Was it 44 times or something crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
I'm
got
sure like
lit up.
Brute was like, is it Brutus?
Brutus, yeah.
Yeah. What if Brutus was just like, there's already been 38 stabs. You're like,
well, I stopped now.
Yeah, you're like, what's the difference? You know, you can't say you're like, dude, I gotta live. You know what I mean? Like,
let's see how many I can do.
Yeah, because I barely threw mine in.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but is it a lot of like? Was it all Brutus? It wasn't all Brutus.
Yeah, no. You're saying Brutus joined at the end just to be like, well, I gotta hang. Let me go ahead and get a couple.
He's like,
Brutus, get in here.
Yeah. He's like, all right.
If we're doing this, I might as well hop in there.
He's like, sorry, Julius.
Yeah.
Shiv him a few times.
All right, Jules. You might call him Jules.
Well, let me ask you though, when you had the Bukowski pulled up, did you get a time period when he was?
Yeah, he died in 1994.
But when was he like prevalent though?
Well,
the 80s.
Some would argue whether he ever was, but he was born in the 1920s.
Okay.
So he's probably pawning his typewriter in the 50s.
Yeah, all right. So born in the 20s.
Yeah.
Writing in the 50s. All right.
You got it.
These times are all
they're all added up. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have family?
It doesn't sound like it. He had one kid. He's married to one woman for 2 years and then got married in 1985. A couple different wives, one kid. Kind of bounced around. All right.
Seems like probably had a good relationship with that kid.
It seems like he had a horrible life, right? But if you when you read the poems, though, it almost glorifies this like lifestyle that's probably not even fun for him.
Much like Working Man.
yeah, I guess so.
Wonder why you like him, Dusty.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess
so. I'll do a dive on this guy. I've never heard of him. Henry Charles Bukowski.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Middleton came out today that she photoshopped one of her photos, family photos. Have you ever photoshopped, not for a joke, like on top of Mount Everest, but a photo truly trying to like make someone think you're somewhere else?
No.
Like you're somewhere else?
Or like truly not making it obvious. Like you don't want them to know it's Photoshop.
With the intention to actually deceive somebody?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever have.
I mean, everybody had those Nora Canfield photos at one time here in Nashville. I don't know if you had one, but I know we both had one.
Yeah.
And they were photoshopped. And I did use one of those on Tinder for a little while when I first moved to Nashville. And I wasn't like trying to be like, this is not Photoshopped, but I also wasn't like, this is Photoshopped.
What do you mean? Like she just took out some blemishes?
It was the black and white photo that I would use though, but I would use this picture.
Yeah, they airbrushed your face pretty good on here, right?
Yeah.
Nice smooth skin in this picture.
I think that's obvious though.
But it was the black and white one that I would use. See, if you scroll up a little bit. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one is the one I would use.
Uh-huh.
And that's a sweet looking pic, I think. I mean, that's maybe the best I've ever looked. And I mean, of course it's Photoshop, but I'm saying that's the closest I've come to being deceitful with a photo.
The biggest trouble I ever got in as a kid was our class photo for second grade. And I was sitting in the front and I had a bunch of pencils in my hand. And I don't know why. I was just trying to do something weird for the photo. Have I told you this story?
I don't know.
And I had a pencil between my fingers and they took the picture. And my teacher thought I was flipping the camera off. And it was a huge deal. Dude. I remember my parents got called in. I had to sit down with the principal. They thought I was just giving the bird to our class picture. And I'm sitting there arguing. I was just holding pencils. I got in so much trouble, dude. Nobody believed me. Nobody had my back.
Was it multiple pencils?
Could they not tell it was a pencil?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Were you like trying to be like the Wolverine?
That's what I was going to say.
It was just like that. That's what I was kind of going for. Just being silly. I don't even remember what I was doing.
Yeah.
No one knows what a pencil is in your
high technology.
They've never seen one.
Was that like considered poor to use a pencil in your family? Y'all are only pen people.
Quills.
Yeah.
Dip it.
Yeah.
Is that why you did it? Because you were like,
I think it was
all the poor kids.
That's
you
right.
Grabbed all their pencils.
Look at me slumming out here with these kids. I think it was just small enough in the picture that it was hard to tell what it was. But man, were they mad at me. Ruined the class picture.
Well, this year for our Christmas photo, unbeknownst to me, Ruth did a little Photoshop on my face.
Oh no.
She didn't do it herself. She got one of her friends to do it, her coworker. But we did a Christmas photo with Santa. It's very hard, obviously, to get a 1-year-old to get a good smile in the numerous photos. The one she looks good in, I look ridiculous, apparently, according to Ruth.
Yeah.
So she
I mean, to get both y'all to smile, baby, and you like together.
it's hard.
Just, you know, a lot of stuff.
Over here.
It's lightning in a
Jingling
bottle.
keys.
Yeah. You know,
Brian, over here, buddy, over here. And she got a friend to Photoshop my face from last year's Christmas photo onto this year's.
Oh, wow. She didn't even take your face from one of the other photos that day? She had to pull it from another year?
Yeah, she's like, let's just skip this year.
I mean, he looks the same.
A little more hair a year ago, but besides that,
Now I want that to be a tradition for you guys. Like every year you keep using that same
Can you
picture
tell
of
it's
your face.
Photoshop?
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
It's that good?
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't do it, someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
That
I
Kate
didn't know you
Middleton
could
photo, I would never have told.
I don't even know what it is. I don't know what this story is.
You know, Kate Middleton hasn't been seen for a while. I hope she's okay. She was in the hospital. They released a family photo yesterday, and then it came out that it was photoshopped. And they pointed out a couple of things they found that were off. And she admitted that, I thought the way she said it, she was the one that was doing it.
So she's not in the photo?
Yeah, that's her.
That's
right
her
there.
in the middle.
What's photoshopped about it?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Her daughter's sleeve right there.
They're probably combining a couple different pictures, and then you lose track of which hands where, so now you got like phantom hands all around. It's odd looking. Now she had somebody do this, right? I can't imagine Kate Middleton sitting at a laptop
Maybe I misread it.
zooming in on Photoshop.
I
and
thought her
doing stuff.
statement was that like she acted like she did it, but surely not.
I don't understand. I still can't see what's
I can't either.
photoshopped.
Well, her hand does seem like it goes past her sleeve there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was like, okay, I see what's the circle's a bad job with the circle.
Wait, what do you mean the hand goes past the circle? I mean,
Her sleeve.
The little girl, I don't know why the circle's so big. It should be down below.
It's like, what is this right here beneath the hand? It must have been from another picture where her hand was on the other side of the
I guess.
arm.
I still
or
don't
something.
even know what you're talking about, but all right.
Looks a lot,
Yeah, I was
too.
watching some stuff on her. I mean, it seems like they're really being weird about where she's at. Like apparently her uncle is on some celebrity dating show and was saying that she's, like not doing well. She has the best doctors or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. She's not been seen for a while. There was another photo that they said she was spotted in a car, but people were pointing out that she has like a mole, and the girl in the car they're saying it was her does not have the mole. So
Yeah.
So it's like there's some stuff. The whole royal family seems to be having a lot of issues right now.
They've had a
Prince
tough
Charles,
few years.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really cruising for a while.
Yeah.
A few thousand years, they were killing it.
Yeah.
Well, after Prince Charles, I mean, you think it'd be them. Wouldn't it be Prince? What's his name?
William?
Prince William, and her, and then they'd be rolling because he's young and
Yeah, if she's okay.
yeah. I know, I hope she is. I think everybody likes
What
her.
if it
right? I
becomes
like her.
Harry?
He comes back.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they like that, right?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
yeah, but he would like being king. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if he maybe don't want to be prince, but if they were like, all right, you're next in line to be king, he'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go back.
Mm.
I'm in charge now.
He's not even in line anymore, though.
Is he not?
Isn't it William's kids, his son?
Oh, I guess so.
Well, I wish them the best. All of them.
Yeah.
I hope the family does well.
Yeah. This week, so I was in Philadelphia. Unreal. They were so good.
Yeah, it
The
looked
Wells
crazy,
Fargo
dude.
Center.
It's where the
Yeah.
76ers play.
Yeah, it was, man, they were so good. I mean, all weekend they were so good. But then, so we had go to Wells Fargo. Then I guess I guess I posted something.
Jeez.
Yeah. So Is that what I posted?
Yeah, that's what you posted.
Yeah. So Fallon is out with us.
It just looks absurd.
That's insane. Yeah. Keep going over. So Fallon hit me up and he wanted to go do. He'd been wanting because he came out in New Jersey, and so he's kind of like looking and was like, all right, he's like, I want to come to Syracuse and Albany. So I mean, he was on the bus with us, and then we went and did Syracuse and Albany. I mean, dude, when he went out, it was Syracuse was bananas. Albany was banana. They were both bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Albany, I feel like some people might have heard because word got around town. We went to a frat party, or he went to it just to like go in because he went to college at St. College of Rose, I think.
St. College of Rose?
I think so. Or the College of St. Rose. College of St. Rose. That's what it is. And it's going out of business.
In Albany.
The
college is going out of business?
It's going out of business. College of St.
Liquidation
Rose.
sale right now.
So he came out and he's been doing like a little stand-up. I mean, he destroys, dude. So Friday he taped his show, then flew in, got into Syracuse, basically probably 20 minutes before he went on stage. So it was when he landed. So I mean, Syracuse had no idea. There was no reason for him to be there. There was no, anything. So Julian goes up and then Julian brings him up. And I mean, we have videos and all this stuff where Mike Lavin is doing with all, but they go nuts, dude. Standing ovation immediately. Like it's the most fun. They're like, what? And
you
then
almost don't believe until
they don't
see
believe
him.
it. And they see him. And then it's just, the biggest applause ever. It was awesome.
Bigger or smaller pop than when Brian got brought up the other weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, Brian's still the biggest.
Mine was natural pop in my knee.
Yeah. Yours was a shuffle. As a shuffling, they shuffled out. It was a different kind of sound.
Bathroom run?
Yeah, a little bathroom run.
Bathroom baits.
That's what they call them. Bathroom break baits.
You want to go? Go now.
Get your smoke in before Nate goes on.
Yeah. So Syracuse, they go up, and I mean it's insane. So he goes up. And it's funny. He's like, I was like joking there. I was like, you figured like, all right, like Fallon's gonna, he hasn't done stand up. The last time he did it was with me in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, he's like doing a little stand up, but he hasn't really done stand up in a long time. So you're like, all right, he'll go up there, be excited, then he'll get off. But he goes up and like destroys the set he was doing from New Jersey. It's longer now, and it like all closes. It's all just like a solid set.
Yeah.
So he goes out and does 50. I'm like, good night. Now I got to go follow. It's one that like New Jersey, I don't think I really thought he destroyed, but it wasn't, I didn't really think about it, but he like destroyed. And I mean, really top to bottom. And so you're like, all right, now I got to.
In New Jersey, he was like not doing it a lot, right? Now he's really kind of working it.
But not really. I mean, he went up in New Jersey, and I think this is the second time he went up, but he's thought about the act a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got to look at it. And so so then we go and, so I go up after him, Syracuse, and then it was great. Syracuse was great. So then we hang out, and he was like, I want to do the whole hang. So he rode the bus with us. So like we end up like hanging out, you go to bed like 4. We're already kind of not, I mean, we stay up late, but it's usually not 4. And so now we're up till 4, right? And so Jimmy's like, I'm like, what time? He's like, I want to get up and go do stuff tomorrow at all. But like, he's fired up. He's like a child.
Yeah.
He has the energy. I'm going to tell you, if you meet him, he's going to be what you want him to be.
Yeah.
If you can meet him, because you're not going to be disappointed. Like don't think you're going to be, he's got a ton of energy. He's excited. He just loves it all, loves hanging out, is very fun. So it's, he goes and then what's his song? They play, so we stay up, it was like 4:00. And then they're on the bunk. So I'm in my back bedroom. I did not show him how to turn the light off or open the doors, and all the doors were shut. So if you don't know, there's a front lounge on the bus, then the bunks are in the middle, and then my bedroom is in the back. And so there's 2 doors that are sliding doors, and they close. So when you're in the bunks, my door is closed and the door to the front lounge is closed. Well, I didn't tell him how to get out or turn the light off. So he says he got up to go to the bathroom, and I mean, he's like, I don't know. He's like trying to push the door. He's trying to lift it up. He doesn't. It's like a electronic slide door.
Yeah.
So it's not, and there's a little screen touchpad, but it's not. It's just not obvious. And if you know, it then becomes very easy. So, and then he couldn't figure the light out either. So he slept with his light on, and it's just the brightest light on the
light in his bunk.
Yeah, it's just so bright. So he just had to sleep with that on. So then he played the song. What's the song? They play like a cavalry song, like when they wake people up in the military.
Like the trumpet?
Yeah, like yeah. It's like something like that. One of those songs
with a bugle.
With a but there's I forget. And then so 9:54, that goes off, and it's just on his speaker. It's so loud. So he's just doing that to all of us, and it's like, all right, I guess we have to get up. And it goes on for a long time. And it was all for him just to do. Right when it went off from his bunk, he just goes, hello. He goes, no, everybody's asleep. I'll call you back. And hung up. It was all for that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then I told him, I was like, and you did it at 9:54. I was like, not 10.
Right.
It usually is around. It's just such a weird number. So then we're like, all right, we're up. So then we go in, and then we go look at his college. And he's like telling us to walk around, showing his college. Go to his apartment where he lived. Knocked on the door. Wow. 2 kids come down. They know him. They are like, they can't believe he's there. Yeah. He's like, I used to live here. Like, and then we go to this. They were having like they were celebrating Patty's Day early there. And so this one road is like all these frat houses. He's like,
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. And so this one road, he's like, let's go crash one of these, frat parties. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay. We're like, all right, yeah, I mean, it's fun, Mm-hmm. And so we get out of the van, and we get out of the van. Talk about the fame. Like I always mention this to comics, like you say, like talk about fame is like, there's just levels. There's just different levels of it. Where I can sell these arenas. I can do whatever. It's a high level. That it's like Mickey Mouse walking out. there's no one, no shape, size, color. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
There's no one that's like, huh? It's just it's the equivalent of Mickey Mouse coming out. So Jimmy gets out, and it's just boom. Yeah. And then he's like walking into the thing. And it's already kind of a chaotic kind of thing. So then he goes at the front. He's just surrounded. We get separated from him immediately. Then we're not going into the thing. It's just it's mayhem. Travis stayed with him. So Travis is just kind of next to him, just kind of, with him. They go into we have video. It's just, there's like TikTok videos of it. It's where, he just went through. So then he goes in the house, and he gets to the backyard. Then he comes all the way back to the house. And then we leave. When we leave, they're trying to get in the van. Like we have to slam the door and knock everybody back. It's like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And then we just then the runner just had to take off. And then so we take off, and then, then we go to the show, and then the whole night. But it was very fun. Those kids have something that,
yeah, that's crazy.
Like there was just no, like everybody's like, why is he here?
So he just did a run through, basically ran through the party, and everybody's like, Jimmy Fallon was here tonight.
Yeah.
Like he didn't hang. He just they were like, yeah, we were just at the party, and he just kind of ran through.
It was so crazy he couldn't have hung.
Yeah.
In his head, I think he thought, like, I'll go in there, be playing beer pong, like, we're like, right. He was in Almost Famous.
I was about to say, yeah, that's like a scene in Almost Famous.
So in the scene of Almost Famous, that guy goes in, everybody's like, whoa, you're here. And then everybody drinks and hangs out, and it's like calmer.
Right.
Well, he goes in. It's immediate. Like once he goes in, it's like, all right, well, this is, it's like do it to do it, but it's like there is no, hey, can we just hang out?
Right.
It's just it's insanity.
He also is taller than I expected him to be when I met him. And
Yeah.
I feel like, so he's probably, very visible in this party.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he just faces
Like even height wise, though.
yeah. He just looks like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
It's just there is no is it or isn't or anything. It's just like, yeah, dude, that's Jimmy Fallon. And so he just gets mobbed.
Yeah.
And but I mean, they were very cool. Like they were, it was crazy, but it was, people were moving. Once he went through the door of the house, of this frat house, so there's a bunch of different frat houses. And so once he went through the door of the frat house, one of the frat guys, we watched him. He then stood in front of the steps and he goes, "It's $100 to get in," and started charging other kids
that. I love it.
$100 to get in.
I love it, dude.
Which I mean, almost no one else really should be in there because
Right,
it's so
right.
crowded. But I mean, I saw someone hand him $100. I saw he at least probably made like $300-400, like probably
I
3-4
love that,
guys.
dude. Yeah.
But it was like to shut it down. Like,
And
it
he
was
just decided that quickly.
at that moment.
That kid's going to be successful.
Yeah,
man.
he wasn't even really. Jimmy wasn't really through the door,
Mhm.
and then he just stood there and goes, $100 get in.
So did these
That's why you didn't go in.
Yeah,
did
I
these
go, I ain't
kids
paying that.
did they know you?
No, no.
See, that's wild. I mean, you're like the biggest comic in the country. And so for you to go with a guy and then that guy, everybody knows him, but they don't know you. That's wild. to
Look,
me.
I was. It's once he goes, it's so cat. I have my hat on and hood on because it was cold. But I mean, it's just the idea of like being a recognizable face like that. There's just a
Yeah.
difference between being on TV every day. I always like to say this with comics, or I tell myself this in every moment. Wherever you think you are, there's someone bigger.
Yeah.
And so like it's a you use it as don't ever think you're the biggest, because I think people do that. And I think comics, they get a little like steam and then they start acting like they're bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Well, then that hunger is gone, and then you feel like you have nothing else to prove, and that goes away quick.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen with a lot of comics. It goes away quick, and then they're not what they, in their head they thought they were Jimmy Fallon. Like they start acting like, oh, I need security, or like they want to be kind of diva-ish. And then you're like, yo, dude, you're not, I don't know if you know how famous like fame is. Like it's a different thing.
It's so wild, but I just like, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see like Jimmy Fallon like necessarily selling out the arenas you're selling out. If he were to go and do stand up,
yeah,
but yet he is more recognizable.
It's yeah. I mean, if I walked in, it's like, I mean, I don't know. I did not get recognized once there, but it's the attention. I mean, they're just on another planet.
Mhm.
But when they come to see him, they can't believe they're seeing him. He just lives on TV.
Yeah, he's an institution.
Yes.
Almost more than a guy.
Yeah,
You almost want to be like, hey, he's on my show this weekend.
yeah.
It's my opener, y'all going
Yeah.
crazy for.
I go.
He's on my bus
Well,
this week.
It was funny no, it was great. It was great. It's nice. It's nice to see. It's a nice reminder. It's nice.
Yeah.
Everything just to kind of, you go, like, you can think in your head, you start getting a little, then and Jimmy's not doing this for that reason. I'm just
Sure.
saying, this is something I just take inside. I would never even, I'm just saying it on this podcast, I would never even talk about this. I would have just quietly, but it's nice to remind, like, wherever you think you are, you're like, yeah, dude, there's still plenty of places to go.
Yeah.
You still can keep going. You can still be where, I'm known as
Well,
stand
we're all
up.
reminded of that because we're on a podcast with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're constantly reminded, no matter how good it's going for any of us.
So imagine where you're at
you
now.
pull up a
when-
picture like this and you're
Yeah.
like, all right.
So imagine how far back y'all are if Jimmy's that much ahead of me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's what I'm doing.
I'll be retired by then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm joking. No, it's it's very, very fun. It was very, I don't know, just wild. I mean, it's wild.
Well, it's cool to hear that he's a good dude and like is cool
He's
about
the best,
it.
man.
And yeah.
He's the best. I mean, he's always been the best, but then even getting to hang out with him this weekend, like, we've hung out quite a few times, a bunch, we're friends, but like something like this where we're with him all day, every day for 2 straight days.
Yeah.
And he saw his all friends from Albany and people he lived with. And so it was, he kind of started comedy in college in Albany. So it was, the whole thing was awesome. And look, I do get, like, I'm selling these. I don't think it's just a different thing. It's David Spade is, it's movies and stuff. People tend to know you're just everywhere. So when you're in movies and TV shows and you've been around, and Fallon's been around for 20 years,
forever,
like on TV, it's like, so it's just, his name is kind of everywhere. And his face is just everywhere. He's at Universal. He's at, it's a ride at Universal. And so it's just a different kind of thing. I think if if Shane Gillis walked in there, though, I bet it could be, because that is
right.
Exactly his group. But yeah, I mean, it was wild.
Had a little bit different experience this weekend. I was in.
They didn't let you into your own show.
I was in Vincennes, Indiana.
Vincennes, yeah,
Indiana. Had a great time. I mean, I'm not probably pretend like it wasn't a great show. It was a great show. A lot of folks came out. I got this shirt there because they're in the path of the eclipse.
Are they gearing up for it? I bet. Are they excited?
They're very excited. There are people coming in from all over the country. Hotels are like $800 a night.
Yeah.
Crashed a cakewalk. I just imagine Jimmy Fallon crashes a frat party, you crash a cakewalk.
Well, if I could have found one, I would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though?
I try to stop at KFC.
A bingo night.
Yeah.
I try to stop at KFC and get the new cheesa.
All right.
They were out of ingredients, so a little bit different.
I just love Bates goes to a bingo night. They're like, it's too much.
It's too much.
Is that him?
Yeah. It just crowds you.
Bingo Bates.
Yeah.
It's a slow gather. Just old people just kind of slowly getting over there.
Like, bring it in.
I-12. Wait. Is that right? G.
We got a traffic jam. These walkers getting hooked up wrong.
Anyway, great time. Thanks for everybody coming out. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And you want to thank them name by name?
Oh,
I'm joking. I know. Well, I mean, that was... Thanks, Jerry John. You're two lovely girls. No, I'm joking.
Thanks for the jam you brought.
What was the line we kept saying about Vincennes? I went there once and I ate Vincennes.
Vincent, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
fun.
right?
That's
Was
fun.
it?
Yeah, you could.
I thought you said it.
That's a good line.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been since.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Where is that? Did you drive there?
Yeah, it's only like 3 hours and 15 minutes from here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very
What
easy
club's
to
there?
get
Or just
a church.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I was off this weekend. I did go out to McMinnville and have some cages built around my trees, though. So I had 44 trees. I had 44 cages built.
Wow.
To keep the deer off of them.
Yeah.
So we can get some fruit,
There you go.
And that was great. I had a lot of fun. But I was off. But
you could have been working.
Could have been working.
Yeah, you turned down some stuff.
I took the time off.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me say, you mentioned a couple weeks ago how you do not fly. You wear jeans when you fly.
Yeah.
You think that should be the proper protocol?
Well, jeans, dress pants. I mean, something. Not sweatpants.
All right. Well, I didn't speak up. I didn't say anything, but I tend to wear Viore.
Well, you know what? Viore, I don't know if I have that. No, I don't have it.
I do, actually.
Well, you know what? Viore, I got some Viore pants.
Is it you?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's
I
hijacking
wanna
the
hear it.
read.
I got
love
some
it.
Viore pants though, and I have been wearing those, and they are very nice. But you know what? They don't look like. It's all about the look,
Yes.
right? It's
I
like
agree.
sweatpants pajama pants. It looks sloppy. Viore, it does look clean and sleek. It's a good look.
It is a good look. It's everything you need in clothing when it comes to working out or just lounging around. What this says, which is more my speed. All right, who wrote this? I think Abigail's getting a little out of hand.
AI just gets it.
She just told AI, write one for Brian.
And they knew.
Yeah.
They knew your last name. They just knew. I bet I know who
It becomes self-aware because of me. Yeah, I know that guy. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off of your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at viore.com/Nate. That's VUORI.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to Viore.com/Nate and discover the versatility of Viore clothing. It is great.
Yeah, those pants are really like, I got a pair and I was like thinking, well, I got stuff like this, not a big deal. But I started wearing them and I'm like, all my gym shorts, all my other pants, I never wear them now. Yeah. It's like, There's
shorts I wear every day. I got all of it on now.
It is really something how comfortable it is. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Now, last week you said you never wear shorts.
To work out or like around here. I said I don't like to wear, like I wouldn't want to wear them to go to the store or something but if I was golfing or basketball or something active, it's hot, TMZ over.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to get it right.
And that was last week too. Yeah. It's like, don't be calling me out on last week.
Well, there's a comment on here about last week.
I could change everything. All
right, let's do it.
Christian Morse.
Morse code.
Morse code. Yeah,
Zach
Christian Morse.
No, Morris.
Morse.
Do you know Morse code?
No, it's Morse code. It's not Morris code.
No, I said Zach Morse.
Code.
Oh, say by the bell.
Morse code. Yeah. This episode is a gift in the highest form. I am an arborist and I am obsessed with trees. Arborist.
There you go.
Oh, it's arborist.
Yeah. Arbor's Day.
Arbor's Day.
Arbor
Day.
Day.
That's trees, right? Arbor.
It's a tree day?
Yeah.
Arbor Day?
Arbor Day is about trees.
What do you think it was?
I don't know. It's probably Labor Day or something.
Well,
it's like,
I'm obsessed with trees too.
I might have thought it was like harbor. Like it's like for the
Navy or something?
Yeah. I actually might have thought that.
Or just anything you want to harbor.
So we have a day for the trees?
Yeah.
What day's Arbor Day?
I don't know.
Arbor Day's a big day, right? Do people talk about Arbor Day?
I don't think
April
so.
26th.
I think so. I remember celebrating it in school. It depends. The day depends on the climate and the suitable planting season, but it's
typical Arbor Day stuff. When y'all going to do it? We'll let you know. We're going to fill it out.
I like this guy, though. I'm into trees, too. And it's like, trees are very underappreciated out here. I drive through these like cities and they'll be like real rundown cities, but they'll be old cities. And like, they just have these big, like beautiful trees. And then these like strip malls, just crap strip malls built beside them. And you're like, what beautiful nature landscape out here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know we did an episode on planting last week, and I know that none of you care about trees or plants or anything like that. So I'm aware.
No,
I do.
We care. We're supportive.
I want to know how my bonsai's coming.
Well, you ever planted a tree on Arbor Day as a kid?
I'm working on it, but
I think so.
Yeah,
probably, but I never thought of it since that day.
I think that tree's dead.
Okay.
I think it is dead. I'm working on it though.
Where'd you put it? Why don't you feed it to another tree?
Well, I'm just trying, I'm watering it. It needs water. I'm just going to see if I can spark some life to it.
Could you wrap it around a bark on another tree and see if it...
Like graft it in?
Graft it.
Yeah, see. You go.
I don't know. I think it's too dead to graft.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Karate Kid was a big lie.
Believe me, if I bring that tree back to life, I'll bring it in here.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody will care.
Well, if you bring it to, we'll put it up here if you can get it back to life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christian Morse will care for sure.
I care.
You let it go.
I care about trees and plants. I chose it for a topic last
It's like
week.
a kid that,
Trying to give it a better
I love
life.
that fish. You never fed the fish. Michael Dacko. Dacko. That's good. Sometimes these guys are hard to listen to. How can't you understand as an adult how daylight saving times works? They also forget stuff they talked about last week.
Huh.
That is all true.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I mean,
Thanks, Mike.
I don't know what's hard to listen to about it, but
Mhm.
we understand how daylight saving time works.
Mhm.
We're just
I
saying
don't know.
we're not into it.
It made sense when it was described to me last week,
Mm-hmm.
but I would imagine most people don't because it's like what I would think a lot of people were like, I don't really. If you ask them, they're like, I don't really know, and then maybe if you really pressed them,
Mm-hmm.
they'd be like,
If it was just advancing the time by 1 hour and then going back 1 hour, I think it'd be pretty easy. But it's also the days are longer and shorter depending on the time of year.
Michael, why don't you type up some stuff, send it to us, and we'll all take a look at it.
I mean, it'll be hard for us to read. You know what I mean?
I agree with him. So
That's Brian's alias.
I am
I
hard
just-
to listen to, I admit.
I like where we're at right now. With whatever this is considered, the time change that's just happened. This is what I'm.
This is
We're
daylight
in
saving.
daylight savings.
That's
but
what
whatever
I'm
they
into.
said last week, I thought made a ton of sense.
About it getting dark in the morning,
Yeah.
even though you didn't agree with me.
Well, you were like 11:30 in the morning. It's still moon's out.
Well, I
mean,
did say, which I was corrected on, because I was like, oh, look up the East Coast. And people were like, well, the sun comes up early in the East Coast.
But that's why we have the breakdown of the time zone.
That's right. So if I'd have said like Knoxville or somewhere closer to Central Time Zone, which I did look up, Knoxville in wintertime, sun comes up like at 7:45 in the morning at its latest.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to keep daylight savings year round, it'd be almost 9
Yeah,
when the sun came up.
I think that's fine.
I do think it's kind of fine.
And I guess the further north you go, the later the sun comes up.
Yeah,
Canada,
but I do get it. I do get it for that reason. So
Mhm.
I understand it. I get why everybody thinks it's dumb, and then
Right.
it's like it is. It's like typical. Some cities are gonna like probably get, be like, you're just making our life miserable.
Yeah.
But then you could just, you could move out of those areas and go, I want to be at because maybe there are people that like more darkness. You know what I mean? And it could be like, I like the idea that you have different geographic areas where people go and live because they like certain things there.
Mhm.
We move on. This is hard to listen to.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Mhm.
Casey Howe. When Breakfast asked if anyone had planted anything, they responded, not a day in my life. Need I remind Nate that in the Tennessee Kid, he talks about planting trees at the DuPont plant with black smoke coming out. That is
How
true.
about that? We just discovered that was probably for Arbor Day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
How about
I guess I did.
It's
Yeah,
all
I
piecing
forgot.
together.
I forgot.
I don't think Nate went. This wasn't Nate's. He didn't take the initiative on this.
No, they made us.
Yeah.
Michael Martin. Dusty, invest in some soaker hoses and an automatic timer. I'm probably not as busy as you are, but I do work a lot, and it's a great way to keep my vegetables happy.
I do have some soaker hoses, and I thought about the timers, but I'm just worried. I don't know that I trust the timer, and I'm not out there all the time, So, and what I mean is,
I know.
I don't have trust issues with timers, but I'm saying, what if it breaks, or what if it doesn't shut off, and then water's just running all the time, and then I'm not there for 2 weeks.
Sure.
Well,
You
your
know what I mean?
wife.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. What's the point of her?
well, I'm talking about at the land.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
At my house,
But what
my
do you have,
wife is my
cameras?
automatic timer.
There you go.
What if you have a camera out there, like a?
Little trail cam?
I guess
Yeah.
I could have
Trail-
a
yeah.
camera watching the hoses.
Then you got, I mean,
You might
Still
have to cut it on and off from your
Or my
phone.
remote. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's something.
Probably
to
do
think
that.
about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate this.
I bet
Mike.
there's a way someone's done
Michael
something
Martin?
already.
I wonder if this guy
uh,
knows about the singer Michael Martin Murphy, who sings the song Wildfire.
Mm.
Probably related.
you used to come out to that song.
Yeah.
It's a great
love
song.
that song.
You remember what he came out to?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
It is a good song.
I keep up with you guys.
You do. Your memory's always been the best.
What do I walk out
I'm
to,
a
Brian?
The Fat Boys.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Have you guys ever heard of the Fat Boys?
No.
Yeah.
They were a rap group in the 80s.
Oh, Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think I said?
I thought you were just calling me fat.
Well, there was a double it.
Yeah. Working on 2 levels.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Jennifer Forrest. Talk about trees.
Mhm.
It's hard to see the forest through Jennifer. I don't know. What's that saying?
Can't see the forest for the trees.
Tree falls in the forest and nobody hears
No,
it.
it's can't see the forest
Oh, okay.
for the trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that mean you can't see the whole
Yeah,
forest?
you're not
because
seeing the
you're
big picture. Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
got to
in the
zoom
big
out a bit.
Yeah, but you're like, but I'm just standing. How can I zoom out? Get in a helicopter?
Because you're like Michael
gotta-
Dacko, who's
gotta back
always
up.
like, oh, it's
Drone.
hard to listen to. Oh, it's like, well, try to zoom out a little bit, Michael. See the forest.
That's right.
Yeah, he's not seeing the forest.
Yeah.
Aaron said he's been, if you go to anybody talks any normal person, people repeat stories quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The average person, I mean, I'm sure when we do it too, we try to be good about it. But
Mhm.
the average person, I mean, what people have maybe 3 stories.
We're on episode 191.
What I bet people I bet the average person has 3 stories,
Uh-huh.
like 3 good stories.
If I'm at a
It's
party
more than I got.
and I say
Yeah.
something that makes people laugh, I'll hit different groups
Oh, you
at
go-
that party.
You go on tour with it
Yeah,
at the
that-
dinner party.
Yeah, that's what my thing is for that party.
Mhm.
And once I've hit everyone, I leave.
Yeah,
George Costanza.
you ever try to get everybody? You're starting to tell a story. You got a funny story. Say I'm saying it to Brian.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of trail off, and then I got to just be like,
Oh yeah.
Yes.
but you want to also just to go
Stop.
like, hey, I'm stopping.
Yeah.
because I think they
People
want
you want to actually listen to it
Yeah.
aren't. You're just stuck
Yeah,
talking.
and then
You're
you're
stuck.
like, and then he's like, what? Well, I was just telling Brian here, and then you got to say it all again.
Yeah, the flip side of that is you ever look around, you're like, I'm the only one listening to this guy. So now I got to really be like,
I've looked around and been like, no one's listening to me. You ever do that? You ever
Yeah.
talk and you
Uh-huh.
realize like, oh, no one's,
yeah,
and you just stop talking.
in my house alone with my wife.
Yeah,
Happens
Yeah.
to me on this podcast every week.
yeah.
It's most of last week.
Sometimes you just got to know when to get out,
Yeah.
and you just take your loss and go. All right, no one knows. No one even knows I stopped talking. That's the worst too. When you stop, and they go, "Wait, weren't you just telling a story?" You're like, just let it go, dude. Let me sit in silence. Jennifer Forrest. Aaron said he's been trying to tell the story about buying his brother a plant. Still did not get to finish telling the story. That's unbelievable that I'm talking about that.
I thought you
Right
already
now.
read ahead.
No, I did not read ahead. I just I want to know what happened. Well, Jennifer.
Well,
This is for,
cares?
this
Yeah.
is for just Jennifer and Aaron, everybody, including us, allowed to think about something else while he tells the
We
story.
got a quick Aaron land break here
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a second. I feel like I'm building it up too much, but I was buying my brother some plants and it was expensive. Plants are expensive.
Mhm.
I got him this nice cactus that you guys trashed, but it was a nice cactus.
We were saying he couldn't get in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was you should see
Special
this cactus,
cactus,
dude.
yeah.
It doesn't have the prickly stuff. It looks like just kind of green blobs.
Smooth.
It's nice and smooth, dude. You could rub your whole hand all over it. Anyway, so I'm checking out and it's expensive. And I said to my brother, I said, if one of these dies, I'll be pretty mad. And the cashier, who I didn't even know was there, he just goes, I won't let that happen. And we just looked at it and I was like, I don't know how involved you think you're going to be
Mm.
in our lives from this, but I don't think we're ever going to see you again, dude. And then we're driving home, I was like, what was that guy offering?
Yeah.
Was that a threat or was he saying he wants to like stay involved with these plants?
What did he mean?
I don't know what he meant at all. I think he was trying to maybe give us his card and like check in on him or something, but I turned
Oh.
that down pretty quick.
Ugh.
Yeah, like he's like, I'll stay in.
Yeah, I'll stay in touch, make sure these plants are alive.
Mhm,
What if maybe Home Depot just has a good return policy,
mhm.
but that still would be dying though.
Then-
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There you go. Hope you're happy, Jennifer.
What did it die?
I tried that on stage for so long. Nobody ever cared about
Did
that.
you?
Yeah, it was funny. You try it. Yeah.
I don't think you should have tried it here where it's loose.
I tell it a bit differently.
Look, I'll be honest with you. The longer you do comedy, the more of that stuff, you won't let that stuff be out. Like you talk yourself out of that before you realize.
Oh no, you should have heard.
Can I buy that from you?
Yeah, you got that. Dude. You take that, Brian.
What was the joke? What you just went on to say, like what that guy
thing about customer service, and I was like, well, this guy was too much. I was like, what was that guy offering? He got a couple laughs, dude.
Yeah,
it's not gonna,
No, I get it.
Did it die?
I don't know. It hasn't been that long.
If it dies, go back to that Home Depot, find that guy, and tell him what happened.
I love that you assume this was a Home Depot. This was not a Home Depot.
Oh, okay.
Lowe's?
No, this
Walmart.
This is like some plant nursery, some kind of. They're all hip and cool and like.
Yeah, well, they might have, been like, "Hey, we're staying on top of it."
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I'm going to be closing on that this weekend.
Come out and see it live.
Lowell, Arkansas.
Bought my brother a plant. Crowd goes crazy.
That's my hot pocket.
Yeah.
Telling the plant joke.
I'll save that one for the encore when I come back out.
I think I know why y'all stayed. I bought my brother a plant. You ever buy? Who here has?
He's telling it.
Who here has a brother? He's got to bring the crowd in on it. Who has a brother? Well, you got a brother? How many brothers you got?
Make some noise. You got plants out here.
You got 3 brothers. I bought my brother a plant. You had no reason for you to ask how many brothers you had. It goes right into the plant story.
When I was 22 years old, I got involved with the plant.
Yeah. Jerome Link. I'd love to know Dusty's thoughts on planting techniques like no dig or the push for getting rid of traditional grass covered lawns and converting them into native species gardens or similar natural options.
I can't wait either. Please get into this, Dusty. This sounds great.
I will say I've killed about a third of my lawn in the backyard with leaves to go back and replant native flowers, wildflowers.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, I'm going to do a video. It's going to be wild. No dig. I don't really, I hear people say that, but I don't really know what they mean by that. I think they mean like no plow, don't plow it up. I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into all the planting techniques. But I am all about killing my grass for native plant species.
Yeah.
All about it.
So you're killing your...
in the backyard, not the front, but the backyard.
Of course not.
But and I'm putting
where your
wildflowers.
fence is the outside poster.
Mm-hmm.
I saw someone putting a fence up the other day, and they had the inside of their yard being the flat side, and the back side was not that. But I think it was. But there was like some trees and bushes, so I don't know if it was like that because it was like they really couldn't see anything. But yeah, it almost made me think it was weird. No.
Yeah, I think if you're in a neighborhood, I was wrong when I was doing it, but I think if you're in a neighborhood, you should put the nice side to the outside, so it looks better for the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong when I was doing it,
so you can enjoy it.
Yeah, I can admit that I was wrong.
Zach Morgan. I just want to say how proud I am of Nate for saying that airplanes land harder when it's raining. Shockingly, this is 100% factual. Look at that. I'm an airline pilot, and while landing hard is far from what we want to do, sometimes it's necessary, depending on how wet the runways are. Landing a bit more firm helps us to cut through the layer of water sitting on top of the runway and prevent hydroplaning. Planing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are all the reason I start my passenger announcements with "Hello, folks." Oh, I love that. Look at that.
That's
All
great.
right, Zach.
Yeah,
That's great.
Huh?
Wonder what airline.
What do you think about that, Michael Dacko?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that hard to listen to his announcements when you're on his plane?
Hello, folks.
You don't understand how landing a plane works? Hard to listen to.
Drew, I don't know why I even.
But I'm just saying, give us a heads up.
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit of a heads up.
Oh, like, hey, we're going to land
We
hard.
might land a little harder than you expect, but everything's fine. I don't know if you can say that in a way that's not panic-inducing.
We about to land hard.
Yeah, that's.
Hey, just a heads up. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. We're all great up here. We're going to hit the ground pretty hard. Just something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not.
The wheels
you
didn't
go,
come out.
It's raining, so we're going to land. Have a
what
little more firmer landing just So it stops.
There you go. It's like when
Just
you're
so
about to get a shot and they go, we got a little bit of pressure.
You just
coming.
run, but I bet you run into a thing where someone's going to be like, a signal where if someone wants to sue the airlines, they get to go, all right, well, now
He warned us.
he warned.
Yep, there's going to be.
I know, but even if he warned, just land hard and everybody's like, oh, glad you're safe. I think everybody's just, once you.
Yeah,
No,
just land hard.
I was agreeing with you. I meant they would say he admitted we were going to land hard, and now I've hurt my neck.
Yeah.
You just land hard and then deny that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
You land hard and then you go, we got you here a few minutes earlier.
Yeah. You go, that was hard for you?
Yeah.
That wasn't hard at all.
When people say we have flying cars, we'd have by them, but the airplanes are. I was thinking that this weekend. Like we do have airplanes.
They're safer than cars. Isn't that crazy? It's the safest form of travel.
Yeah, I don't. But I always think that stat's a weird stat.
Why is that weird?
Because you're interjecting. It's every other driver and blah blah and all that stuff like that. And there's so many more people driving than there are flying. So it's like the percentages and all that would be off.
This was why the movie Rain Man, the whole premise of Rain Man doesn't make any sense.
I've never seen Rain Man.
Okay, so it's Tom Cruise, and he has a brother who's
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. And Dustin Hoffman will not get on a plane because he knows all the stats of which airline had this many crashes. So he won't agree to get on a plane, but he will agree to go on a cross-country trip in a convertible. And you're like, well, that's way more dangerous. You're way more likely to get in a car accident than a plane is to crash, right? You've seen the movie.
When he drops the toothpicks, does anybody ever count the toothpicks to really verify if he's right?
I don't think
He just yells a number, and then we all go, that's amazing. You know how many toothpicks are on the ground? It's like, yeah, but is anybody fact-checking that?
There are a lot of holes in this movie.
They do. He says, I think it's 46 or whatever. And how many's in that box? And she says 50. And then he was like, oh, you're pretty close. And then she said, there's 4 left.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
it's a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Y'all need to give it a good
Bonnie Hunt was the waitress.
Oh, how about that?
memory. You do have a really good memory.
Thank you.
Remember all this
Rain Man
stuff.
here.
Thank you.
What's your earliest memory? Do you know?
The earliest that I can put a date on. You want to say something?
Well, it's not quite.
So.
It's not quite the question, but yeah.
Well, I mean, there's memories I have that I can't tell you how old I was. But the one I can tell you because of what it was going with my mom when she went to vote in the 1976 election between Gerald Ford and Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
And that
Those names just seem so old that it's like unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, that was right because my birthday always falls right around election time. So that was right when I was either turning or just turned 5.
Wow. And you went to the ballot box.
I remember going with her. Yeah.
Wow. How about that?
There might be earlier memories that I don't know.
Do you think you would have voted a different way?
Yeah, I think so now.
Did Jimmy Carter win?
Yeah.
Got that Gerald Ford right out of there.
You want to tell us about BetterHelp?
BetterHelp. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. I feel myself thinking about how I wish I had more time in the day. What is the first thing you would do if you had an extra hour in your day? Maybe go for a run, nap, might watch a movie. Therapy can help you find what matters to you so you can do more of it. I do think you figure out more. It's hard to when you have time because you realize when you have a lot more time than you think, and so to know how to use it properly and to get the most out of it, it is a very good thing. You go talk to someone and learn that. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Nate today to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/Nate. I'm trying to do that, figure out better, realize you have time. You sit there during the day and you go hours of just, turn TV on or you do something. You're like, I'm not even doing anything.
Yeah.
Go learn something. Drew Allen. Yep. I once flew from DC to Detroit for a job interview and back home on the same day. It was a no luggage situation, and I was wearing a suit. It felt powerful.
That is nice.
I like that.
Mhm.
Did you get the job, Drew?
That's what I'm wondering too. I wish you'd include that on here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I once flew to. Sounds like maybe he did it.
Yeah.
And then, but if you didn't get the job, talk about that power is gone. I guess.
Maybe take a briefcase with you.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy just shows up empty-handed.
I've been thinking. I mean, I've been going where I've been thinking about like wanting to dress up more, like just during the day, like get up.
Suit?
Maybe
Maybe
I don't know
tie?
about suit, but like actually like having a put together outfit,
Top
where
hat,
it's-
something like that?
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
man, it's like I mean, I dress like this all the time, and I just
Yeah.
like everything. Which I love this stuff. It's all comfortable, but everything's so comfortable,
Yeah.
and it's like a weird, where you're. It's just,
Mhm.
there is no more someone wearing a suit or someone, adding. It's like wow, he looks very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Football coaches used to wear suits on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
I guess baseball managers a long time ago, right?
I don't know. They used to have player coaches way back in the day, so they would be wearing the uniform, which I think might be why they still wear the uniform today. But NBA coaches still wear suits.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Not all of them. No.
Yeah, some of them are a little more casual.
I get because it's like I mean it does look done, but there is just something that's nice.
Remember Al Golden on Miami? He used to wear a tie on the sideline. And he looked like a bit of a goober.
Gene
To be honest
Stallings
with
for
you.
Alabama used to wear the full suit.
Well, yeah, Bear Bryant would wear the suit
Yeah.
too with the houndstooth hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he just looked like it was so rare when he was there. 2012, he was wearing a tie on the sideline.
That tie is real long too.
I don't know. That's a
It
good
just
length.
seems real long. Like maybe it's because it's so small at the top, it's really flaring out at the bottom.
How long do you think? I think it's a perfect
I
tie.
was gonna say, dude,
I
he's a
don't
better
know.
tie tire
Where
than
do you-
Coach.
Yeah.
I don't think the tie should go touch the belt.
Where do you think it should touch?
Just above.
Oh, I
You
think you're
look
crazy,
crazy.
dude. I think it should. I think it should a little bit of
Listen,
overhang.
I'm no tie expert. I'm not claiming to be, but that looks goofy to me.
When's the last time you wore a tie
Maybe Aaron's
It's a
wedding.
cord.
yeah.
to court?
Yeah, that tie is maybe. I don't even hate to look. The tie is maybe the best length I've ever seen of a tie.
Well, maybe that's it.
I would
Maybe-
use that picture to show people. Here's where you should put your tie.
Well, maybe that's it. People are wearing ties so wrong
Uh-huh.
that the right way seems bad to me now.
Yeah.
But look at this one. This group photo.
No, I think this is a little. This might have been an off day. I think.
that looks better. To
I think
me.
he was in a rush getting to the stadium. I think it's a little shorter.
I think
than
it's.
I'd like.
I think it's a little. Yeah,
It's like a
But
couple
I
centimeters
think
too
it's
short.
better though.
Yeah.
You like it like that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think it should touch the belt.
Who's that?
That's him. It's Al Golden.
Oh, just a different team.
It's
Yeah.
like at some point,
Temple.
like
I love the way he looks. I think it
You know,
looks great.
the more I talk about it, the more I see it. The more I
Yeah.
kind of like it. We need
Guys,
to return to that.
I still believe the tie is a bit too long. I don't think it should go down past the belt.
I don't think it
It's
does.
not. It's not really past the belt. It's not like on top of the belt.
Right, but I mean, it shouldn't even encroach on the belt.
You don't want it so short. Like you're talking about, like Chris Farley, the way he wore it. And,
Not too short, though. I think there's a fine line that you got to hit.
Yeah, I think Charlie Weiss used to just wear like a poncho on the sideline.
Mhm.
You know, just slobby.
Can we see that picture?
Yeah. Well, that's an angle.
Look at that.
You think that's too long?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a tough angle for the tie, I think.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Lakin
You might
Jones,
accidentally pee on that
Lakin. Your discussion of Ernest, who I've never heard of, made me realize. Know what I mean, Vern? Isn't just a phrase my family says. Now I know the origin. This is an educational podcast, after all.
How about that?
You know what I mean, Vern?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that. It's not always hard to listen to.
Jana Faddock.
Faddock.
Pretty
I kinda
fun.
like it.
Faddock. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good. Jana is a good name to go with. Faddock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of attic
They did really
puns
good with
in the
that.
family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if her room was in
It's
the
like
attic.
attic, but
Faddock in the attic.
yeah. I wonder if she goes, my name's Jana Faddock. And they go, how you say that? It's like a fat attic.
I got a lot of stab.
When Dusty referred to insects landing on plants by saying they light on them, I knew exactly what he was talking about. I'm from Kentucky, and we always said bugs would light on things. But my husband is from California and had never heard the term. I assumed it was a Southern saying, so I was surprised when the other three guys did not recognize this phrase.
They didn't grow up like us, Jana. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They don't know about lighting on things.
Yeah, I feel like I've never heard that.
You never heard that?
I don't think so.
You heard it?
Mm-mm.
And Nate, you never heard it?
I thought you meant lightning bugs. I
No,
know what
that's-
those are.
yeah.
Lights on you?
Mm-mm.
I used to just kill lightning bugs, dude, with a tennis racket.
Yes.
I used to just go out there and just
Better help
I kill
Yeah.
100 on a hot summer's night.
100.
with a tennis racket.
Yeah, I go out there and just swat at them, dude.
They're such beautiful insects.
Well,
All right. Okay.
Terry.
Got dark all of a sudden.
Yeah.
is it?
Terry, with regard to the weight of the planet has always weighed the same. You cannot make or destroy matter. When we die, our bodies go back into the earth. Matter can take different forms, but cannot be destroyed or eliminated. I don't know if that matters.
I agree with this, Terry, but nobody wanted to talk about this. But I still believe that if things can evaporate and go into the clouds,
Mhm.
can they not go past the clouds and leave the atmosphere? And if so, could things not get lighter or heavier? That's all if meteors can come in from out of the atmosphere and land here, then we're adding matter. So does that not mean that it would weigh more?
Yeah, well, that's the flaw, and I think Terry's comment is you're assuming that the Earth is a closed system. I mean, stuff can come in from outer space.
Yeah,
So
isn't that what when we looked it up? They said if anything, it maybe is a little heavier because of meteors.
Meteors coming in, yeah. So
But I think
new
water
stuff can
Like,
get
people
introduced.
eat more now,
Evap-
too.
Yes.
That's true.
I mean, there's more people. So there has to be.
It's hard to get your head around, but
People are
What he
created
says
out
is
of
correct.
nowhere, though.
Mhm.
People
What he
do.
says is correct.
But
But I mean, if someone's born,
yeah,
is that not a new person?
it's I think the energy they like, the food they eat, or things like that makes them grow. Then you're taking that matter and put it in you.
Hmm.
So it just evens
so
itself
it
out.
just disperses.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not coming out of nowhere.
yeah. I mean, I don't believe a lot of this anyway, but I'm in for the discussion.
Yeah.
Of it.
Mhm.
Rachel Pancow.
I just want that to be.
We had a few
Yeah.
people explain why water wouldn't go past the clouds.
Yeah, it's too high.
Yeah.
But what did they say?
They're all similar. Gravity, which Aaron said last week, and
But
thermodynamics.
so gravity it gets up to the clouds, and then gravity suddenly is heavier and won't allow it to go farther past.
I mean, there was a few explanations about the atmosphere, how cold it gets, things like that.
I think the biggest disconnect here is I think you're thinking of the atmosphere as some kind of ceiling that's just there. But what it is that it's the outer limits of the gravitational pull from the Earth. So it's being held in by the gravity of the Earth.
So no
that
water could ever slip through it.
slip through it. It's like you're thinking about it as if
What about
it's
when
like
a spaceship?
cellophane or
What about
something.
when a spaceship goes through?
Hmm.
Nothing comes out with it. Nothing could escape during that time.
What do you mean escape?
Like
It's-
just waters
Yeah.
Yeah,
following.
like you go up through and say it's all up there, and
Mhm.
it's gotten real cold, and now it's kind of icy and then the
Yeah.
spaceship goes through. Nothing comes out with it.
Well, I guess to your point about the weight of the Earth, anything we took to the moon, if we left it there,
There you go. We did take a couple
that,
flags
that
there.
would be some weight we lost.
Those rovers are still there too, right? Didn't we leave those? So yeah.
I mean, everybody just kind of makes these statements. Well, it can't happen because of this and this and this. But we are we are leaving sometimes, right? We do believe that sometimes we
Mhm.
take a satellite out.
Hmm.
So you don't catch anything and take it out with you. I believe you can. If something can leave here,
Yeah, but you're talking about it like it's a door or like we're poking a hole in a ship and stuff's getting out. It's not like that. It's just, yeah.
I think it takes a lot of power and thrust to get.
but that's what I'm saying.
You said like water was attached to the
you,
spaceship.
you thrust through it now, so you're leaving it. You got to be leaving some kind of opening for something to escape.
But it's not like that gas is trying to get out and it's being held in by something. It's being pulled down to the gravity of the earth. So if something goes through it, it's still going to be affected by the gravity of the earth. It's not like they're by a door that's waiting to get kicked open.
But when the earth is weighed, essentially, how are you weighing the atmosphere too?
Nobody's weighing the earth.
So if the water goes into the clouds, is that
that's all part of
counted
it
in the weight?
That's all part of it. But the weight's just an estimate. You can't put the earth on a scale,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big enough scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Mm-hmm. Rachel Pankow. There are 6
Pankow.
Ninevehs in the U.S., and 4 of them are on the route of the April 8th solar eclipse. Don't doubt Dusty.
Oh, boy.
That comment couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Thank you, Rachel. There is. That's what I'm saying. I mean, when things are happening in the sky like this, I just think it's silly to just think that it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's all I'm saying.
The water might get out.
It might.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It might.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Rachel.
It might be a good time to talk about Delete Me.
Yeah. Well, have you ever wondered? I've been meaning to ask you guys about this. We're waiting for the right time. Have you ever wondered how much of your personal data is out there on the internet for anybody to see?
I don't wonder because I've used Delete
That's
Me,
right.
and it's gone now.
It's more than you think, man. Your name, contact info, social security number, your home address, even information about your family members is all being compiled by data brokers and sold to the highest bidders online. Nate and Laura have been using Delete Me for a long time, and I signed up too. I get reports monthly. I'm always surprised where my stuff is at. Let's delete them together. Sign up and provide Delete Me with exactly what information you want deleted, and their experts take it from there. And it's not just a one-time service. Don't think that. It's always working for you, constantly monitoring and removing your personal information that you don't want on the internet. What are you waiting for? Take control of your data, and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now at a special discount for our listeners. Today, get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Nate and use promo code Nate at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/Nate and enter code Nate at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/Nate.
I had a few things I want to talk about, but Dusty, you were talking about was it a Johnny Cash song?
Yeah, I had this idea. I mean, we all travel a lot, right? And there's a Johnny Cash song. Now, I believe it was a Hank Snow song first, but Johnny Cash, it's a more well-known version. But it's called I've Been Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, what if we went through all these cities that he names and see how many of them we've all been to?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because we've traveled so many places.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if together we've all been everywhere. Now, there's a couple I don't even know where they're at.
Couple, I feel like made up cities to me.
But I've been to
Last three.
a lot of these.
Do you know if these are all real towns?
I do not know. Those
I
last
just
three.
went to Bangor.
Bangor, Maine. Okay, it's Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota. What is Winslow?
I don't know if
That's
I've been
Canada.
to Winslow. I thought you were saying Windsor yesterday when we talked about it. So,
Winslow, Wichita. Yeah, I don't know what Tocopilla, Barranquilla, or Padilla is.
I've been to
Padilla,
Amarillo.
Amarillo, El Salvador.
I've been to El Salvador.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Wichita,
Yeah.
Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma. I've been to all those.
There you go.
But maybe Salvador is its own place.
Is it? Are we talking about Panama or Panama City Beach?
I think Panama City Beach counts as Panama.
I've been there.
Yeah, and I don't know what La Paloma is either.
Mm-mm.
So we got most of the first verse. There's a lot of cities.
Oh,
in
wow.
this.
Yeah.
Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston. I've been to all those.
Kingston.
I don't know about that.
Is that Kingston, Tennessee? Isn't there Kings?
There is a Kingston, Tennessee.
Well, then that counts, right?
Okay.
You've been there.
I have.
What county is it in?
Uh,
I'm just kidding.
well, there's Kingston Springs,
Yeah.
which is in Cheatham County.
Okay.
Texarkana. I
Does that
feel
count?
like I've been there, but I don't know. Monterey,
Faraday.
Santa Fe for sure. Tallapoosa. I used to swim in the Tallapoosa River back in the day.
Really? You've been, Tallapoosa is Alabama?
I think Tallapoosa is Alabama. Yeah, and there's a river that I used to swim in called the Tallapoosa River.
Okay.
My dad told us not to do it, but we did it anyway.
So wait, does the song go? He goes to Oskaloosa, Tennessee, and then just Tennessee.
Yeah, I guess so. Tennessee,
It's kinda got a
Tennessee,
weird
Chicopee. Never heard of that.
It's kind of all over the place with cities. Then he'll throw a state in. Then
Devil's Lake, I've
country.
been there.
And here are the big heavy hitters here. Verse 3 is where you really get into it,
All
right?
right.
Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville.
Oh, yes.
And then, I'm doing the Amabika Funny Bone this weekend. So I'm heading
Jacksonville.
I've been to Pittsfield, Mass.
Oh,
So I
Pittsfield,
lost $500.
Massachusetts.
I lost $500.
Oh, yeah. Life changed.
Springfield, there's a million of those.
Right.
Bakersfield, I've not been to. I've
been there.
Shreveport.
I think Jellicoe's in Tennessee.
Hacky Sack,
Fond du Lac, I feel like I've been to. I don't know where that's at, but I do feel like I've been there.
France, maybe.
I'm thinking it's
Davenport.
all right. Well,
Dude, how long is the song?
Pasadena.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you guys-
This seems like something we should do on your own.
Well,
I've been to
I'm
it too,
bringing
but
ideas
I
here.
get it. Yeah.
I mean, people are listening.
well, all these people's cities could be mentioned here, and
Opelika. There you go.
see Opelika. That's
Yeah.
where I grew up.
There
See,
you go.
they're spelling it weird though, so that ain't how we spell. I
Opelika.
don't even think there's a city spelled like that. So
Mhm.
Kalamazoo, Sioux City, Cedar City.
Dodge City, what a pity. How about
There
that?
you go.
I mean,
I've been
all
everywhere.
these people's, people live in these places. There's probably a listener from every city,
Yeah, but I
they're
bet the heart rate went up once
and they were like, "Oh yeah, they're talking
they
about."
go
I bet
add more. They go woo.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
Look at this Gravelberg.
Oh.
You're like, well, no one mentions us ever.
Do you imagine we start
Exactly.
talking about this? You're from Baraboo, and you're like, "Oh man, they're gonna talk about
That's what I'm
Baraboo."
saying. You
Yeah.
guys take it lightly.
It just never happens. Chaska,
But-
Nebraska, Alaska.
Chattanooga.
Yeah, see, I don't think there's an Opelika spelled like that. I do think he's talking about Opelika,
Harvard Straw.
Alabama.
Mhm.
That's
Well,
what
that's
I think.
fun. I haven't listened to the song now that I'm traveling a little bit. I have been to a lot of these. It's fun to cross a lot of them off the list.
Try to
Yeah.
enjoy yourselves.
Thank you,
guys.
Johnny
Yeah,
Cash.
that was a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
It's good to
time.
reflect every now and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
on kind of where we've been.
This is the stuff that you should do with the time you have during the day.
yeah.
And you should your own time.
Well,
you should sit down. And,
I do all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I'm trying to have some fun with you guys.
Yeah.
You guys refuse to have fun. So
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
That was a shared
I
experience.
thought it
you're
was a
like,
good time.
oh, yeah, who cares about these cities?
I love those cities. I just think listed cities are going, yeah, maybe. No.
Well, you guys all zoomed through it. But,
Rexburg.
yeah, he went so fast. How long is this song? I mean, not typical length.
oh,
What did you want to do? So
Not Stairway to Heaven, but
for,
I was feeling the weight of it as I'm
look up
scrolling through.
Gravelberg.
Yeah.
See if that's a city.
Gravelberg, a small multicultural town in Saskatchewan, and a key link on the Trans-Canada Trail.
There you go.
wow.
There you go.
Pretty
Never
amazing.
been there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect us to go through and look up the cities. I just thought, we could go through and
Yeah.
just see what we've been to.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Look, I love it.
Yeah.
Is
you,
someone
Brian.
else the one? I
Yeah.
mean,
Brian wants to
sometimes
learn.
it helps maybe earn me some respect for some of the things I throw out, but let somebody else
Mm.
give it a shot.
I'd say we did this in a shorter time than the actual song is.
Yeah.
We could have wrote this song.
Yeah. It was about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
How long is this song?
I mean, it was a lot of cities, dude. I feel like, all right.
You think he went to Gravelberg? I don't know if Johnny Cash went to
No,
Gravelberg.
I don't think he went to half these places.
Yeah.
I don't think he went to Mount Juliet.
Well, it is a Hank Snow
I saw him
song.
in Mount Juliet. Does he say Mount Juliet in there?
No.
I saw him in
You
Mount
saw
Juliet.
Johnny Cash in Mount Juliet?
Yeah.
Is that when you saw him on the train?
Yeah.
Okay.
He lived in
God, of
Hendersonville.
all the cities I could have picked.
He
Yeah.
lived in Hendersonville, and Charlie Daniels lived in Mount Juliet.
When I moved to Hendersonville, they used to say, this is where Johnny Cash lived. And he would get so drunk in Nashville, he would walk all the way back to Hendersonville.
I think he did that one time.
Yeah,
he
one
must
time.
have maybe.
Wait, he did it from one time?
I think it's a legendary story. It's even in the movie
Yeah.
about it.
He walks all the way back to Hendersonville. But if you get Nashville to Hendersonville, Tennessee, how long a walk is this?
Depends on where he started.
6-hour walk.
Well, you did that on your treadmill while
Well,
sending
yeah.
emails.
But I mean, I wasn't hammered at 3 a.m, and I'm not Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can get when you get real drunk and mad, you can do a walk.
Oh, do you assume he
16
was angry?
miles. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does that walk when they're happy.
Or you walk.
That dude was upset.
You got to walk through Rivergate.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh man, you got to be on high alert walking through there.
I wonder where they tell you to go walk. Just down the.
Be it on veterans.
I've gotten mad at a party and left and walked quite a distance. Not 6 hours, but
Anywhere in particular, or just walking it off?
Just getting out of there. Yeah.
Like Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
just
I'll
leaving.
go somewhere.
Because people didn't like your joke?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean, that could.
Yeah, I could do it. Have you guys seen that We Are the World documentary on Netflix?
No. Not yet, no.
All right, I'll wait.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know the song, right? We Are the World.
I think Waylon Jennings, they were singing that song somewhere and he walked off. He got, nah, that ain't for me.
He was invited. Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
And Stevie Wonder's like, I think we need to put some Swahili in this. And Waylon Jennings was like, ain't no country boy singing Swahili. Got his hat and left.
I don't know what Swahili is, but I do
It's
like
an African language.
I just like that Waylon Jennings was singing a song like We Are the World and he was like, nah.
Turns out I'm not the world. I'm just me.
Well, he still sang it, right?
No.
He left halfway through.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 3 a.m. and he's like, I'm out of here.
It was after some big award show, the Grammys, was it?
It was the American Music Awards.
Okay.
Which was back then so big. Lionel Richie hosted the American Music Awards, won 6 awards that night, and then has to coordinate all these people. And it was a who's who of singers
Everybody's in it.
Yeah.
too.
to go record this that after the award show.
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce
Neil
Springsteen was on
Young.
tour, just finishing up
Yeah.
and flew there across
Paul
country.
McCartney,
Crazy.
I think, was in that. No.
No.
Paul Simon was. Paul McCartney wasn't. Neil Young wasn't either, but
why were they singing it?
Neil Young was there.
Right. Neil Young was?
I thought so.
They didn't show him. To raise money for Africa famine relief. And it's a great documentary. It was it's like 40 of the biggest egos in the world all have to come together. And Quincy Jones, who was the direct composer, he put up a note, check your ego at the door.
And we figured out who had the biggest, and that was Waylon Jennings.
Well, in some ways, and Prince. Prince was the only big star they didn't get to come, according to the documentary. He wanted to come play his guitar and be in another room, and they're like, nah, that's not what we're doing here.
Oh, not
I've
Neil
met
Young. I was
Quincy
thinking
Jones.
of Smokey Robinson.
You
My
did?
bad.
I've talked with him.
People get Neil Young and Smokey Robinson.
Yeah, I always
confused
get
all the
them
time.
mixed
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I was
That's
thinking.
common
I was thinking either
misconception.
him or Bette Midler, and then I got confused. My bad.
It would be equivalent of, like, if you got 40 of the biggest comics in the world, it would
Right.
be like anywhere from Jerry Seinfeld to Bruce.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, I mean, it was a,
And then you just call it the Netflix festival.
Yeah,
I guess you're right.
Cat Williams
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to Seinfeld.
To get
Yeah.
everybody.
It's a
Cat
great
Williams is the
documentary.
guy. He would be the Waylon Jennings of that.
And he's ain't no way. I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, Willie
no,
Nelson stuck around. He was
Yeah.
in it.
I'm not singing his boy. And then he got it. I love that.
Well, it's a great, if you have a chance, check it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Fun.
awesome.
They did did they talk about the new one they did?
Mm-mm.
They did one a few years ago.
Mm.
We Are the World 25-year anniversary or something.
With Taylor Swift.
No, I don't even know if she was on it, but
Mhm.
Justin Bieber and like Usher and Snoop Dogg and everybody. Not quite the same.
You ever see the movie?
I don't think it's going to be hard to get people to do stuff like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see the
it's-
movie Dickie Roberts?
Yeah.
With David Spade. At the end of that movie, they do a thing. We love being child stars,
Mhm.
and it was so great. They had all these former child stars
Mhm.
singing a song, and it was so good. Like, because it was like we love being child stars, but
Mhm.
like leave us alone now
Mhm.
about it. And it had Marsha Brady on. I mean, it was so good. It
Shia
was-
LaBeouf.
Dickie Roberts was
Yeah.
such an underrated movie.
It's a really good movie.
It's really good.
I watched it not too long ago.
Mhm.
It's really good.
I'll
very
check it
good.
out. It's probably better than Shawshank.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Shawshank got
West.
replaced, didn't it? For the best movie of all time?
No. What are you talking about? Somebody said that and they were lying.
I thought the IMDb replaced it with Dune 2.
That's ridiculous. If that, I mean, I'll be so mad if that's the case, but I doubt it is. Shawshank's still number one on the top 250.
Okay, it was some ranking where it
Come
said
on, dude.
Dune 2 replaced Shawshank.
The Brian Bates personal ranking? What is this?
Could you Google that to see? Or
Is IMDb? Is that the real like?
It is for me because it has the results I want,
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's like the go-to referenced list. But I feel like this is an aggregate of all the IMDb voters on here. So
1 and
Shawshank's
2. I
one.
don't think I've seen.
Godfather.
I think me and Laura tried to watch it one time. Like I don't know.
It's long, dude. I mean, it's 3 hours.
I got it recorded.
Mhm. Well, finding it's
On my
not going to be
DVR.
hard. I mean,
I know. Well, it came on. It was on. I recorded
commercials?
it on DVR. No, like HBO or something.
The Godfather 1 and 2 is really good, and 3 is as bad as everybody says it is. I tried because somebody had told me, they were like, I think you'd be into it. They talk about a little bit like government kind of stuff, and I watched and I was like, this is such a terrible movie.
I started watching One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I've never seen that.
That one's really good. It's super sad though.
Well, I kind of stopped.
Yeah, it's
watching it. I bought it. It made me so mad.
Why did it make you mad?
Well, I was just trying to, I'm trying to be like, all right, let me go watch like some
culture.
These movies that you're supposed to have watched.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
But I have really liked like seeing Jack Nicholson like being like, I want to go watch like see if this actor can like pull me in. Where Daniel Day-Lewis does, where like he watches you and you're just like, I can't not watch this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, all right, I'll watch this. And so I was trying to get it. It was like not that much money or something, where it's like one of those with renting it or buying it, where like it's basically the same price.
Yeah.
So I just bought it, and then I started watching it, and then I stopped like halfway through or something. And then I saw it's like on Netflix now, and I think about it it just makes me. Because I couldn't find it. I looked it up and I didn't know. And now it's on Netflix. You're like, so now I just think about
that $3.99 you could have had.
Yeah.
No, it's not the money. I just think about it sitting. It just sits in my thing now.
Just some folder.
And I want to be like, I want it to go away. Now I'm so mad that it won't go away.
It's so sad, this movie.
I should have rented it, even if it was the same price.
I was practicing his monologue at the beginning for an acting class one time.
Really?
And the thing at the beginning where he's talking to the therapist is really good, but I didn't do it.
Did you see where Vanderbilt's former quarterback talked about the mafia approaching him to throw a game?
No.
So this guy, you remember Mo Hassan?
Yeah.
Vanderbilt? I don't think he would have to throw it, really.
Yeah.
Well, that's the running joke. But he said he was approached at a bar.
You go try your hardest to win it.
Yeah.
He was approached at a bar by the mafia and offered $300,000.
Oh, my gosh.
And he says to the people, says, well, you lose anyway. He said, well, you never heard of prop bets. And plus there's a point spread. I mean, you can still... It's not like you're just betting straight up who's going to win between Vanderbilt and Alabama.
Sure. I think that's a bet you take, though. If the mob approaches and you're like, you know what? We probably not going to win anyway. Let's go ahead and
lose by a little more.
Yeah. Makes a little money here.
Now, people have been rebuking him like this guy barely even played. So,
I believe him, though.
I figured you would, because he's basically saying the games are being thrown. He says a lot of Alabama players, he said, I don't want to say names because they're in the NFL now, but they, they're throwing games. Although they're always winning, so I don't know what they're doing.
But there's some big games where it's like Alabama's like crushing, and then all of a sudden they lose. It's like, what happened here? How'd you, I think that about Alabama, Michigan.
Once every 10 years?
I think about that Alabama-Michigan game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they threw it, but it is like, how'd you beat Georgia like that and then you lost to Michigan? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't think, I love Michigan.
It's hard to argue there's been some conspiracy against Alabama football given the last 20 years of unparalleled success.
I'm not saying there's a conspiracy against it, but it's like, how do you play so well one game and then lose? Yeah, it's like Georgia was like really like the best team in the country.
Yeah. Well, that's why you play the game. Is it's a game. Things happen.
I just think there's room for discussion.
Yeah. Okay. There is room for discussion.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's reason for it, but there's definitely room.
Well, I mean, there's so much money involved in all this stuff.
Do you remember this quarterback?
I do remember.
I do.
Mo Hassan.
Dusty, why don't you tell us about Helix Sleep?
Oh, yeah. I will tell you. I have Helix mattress, and I love it. I for 10 years, I got a joke about it, and it's on the internet. It's really great. I had a mattress for like 10 years, and it was owned by my sister for probably 10 years before that. It was a pathetic mattress. And I made it a point in my life now to make sure that I'm sleeping on a good mattress, because it does matter.
It does.
And I would love to tell you about Helix Sleep. I love my Helix Sleep mattress and pillows. The pillows are the best. What is great is you get to take a Helix Sleep quiz and get matched with a perfect mattress for you. I've had my mattress at least a year now, and it gets better every night. Not only is it the best mattress I have slept on, but the setup was fast and easy. And it is fast and easy. It comes in a little package. It's amazing. Helix mattresses are delivered in a box straight to your door for free. Helix is so confident in how great their mattresses are that they also include a 100-day sleep trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty. It's completely risk-free. Don't believe me? Well, Helix Sleep has over 12,500 5-star reviews. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/Nate and use code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Now.
You gave that one with conviction. Because you believe it.
Well, I believe all of these, but I don't read things I don't believe. But the Helix mattress and pillow, it's good. I mean, I was undervaluing a mattress for a long time in my life. I had mattresses with coils sticking out, and I ran over one with a car one time, and it was all bent up. When I got rid of the mattress it was so flimsy. I took it out, I dragged it out of my apartment, and I threw it in this dumpster, and it was folded.
How'd you run over a mattress?
I was moving, and my friend ran over it, but I was moving, and I had it strapped on the back of a truck, but I only had one strap. So we were going over a bridge, and the wind picked it up, and it flew into the air like a kite. And it landed on this bridge. Cars were everywhere. And my buddy just ran right over it. And then we picked it up, put it on the back of the truck, kept it for 8 more years. Yeah, it was a raggedy mattress.
Yeah, it wasn't good to start with.
Yeah.
But it was I would go look at mattresses in the store, and then the price would be so expensive that I was like, nah. Because mattresses are expensive.
Yeah.
But it's something you sleep on every night.
A third of your life, they say.
Yeah. And it's worth it to make a little investment. And you can even,
well, when you're young, it's just.
Yeah.
And unlike the world, mattresses do gain weight over time.
Oh, yeah.
There's some stuff
disgusting.
Yeah, man, there ain't nothing leaving
gross.
that atmosphere. Okay?
Well, I want to tell you this, Dusty, because I think you're getting ready to do some shows in Vegas. And you are too, right?
Yeah.
And me. I'm here next weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
I'm in Vegas next weekend. Not this weekend or next week?
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Same time?
19, 20?
Oh, no, the next weekend.
Oh,
29 and 30th.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. A couple weeks.
All right. Well, I totally told the wrong person.
I was
going,
like,
I think I'm going at some point.
I was like, oh, no.
No, that would be fun. Vegas is its own thing. Yeah, Vegas it's kind of different. It's not
for me, it'd be the same.
No, it's not like going to your town. It's not like it's
not like we were in Pittsburgh on the same night.
Yeah,
or something. Yeah.
It's
no offense to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
but I get it.
Yeah, it's a little different because if you're at where you Wise Guys, right?
Wise Guys, yeah,
yeah. It's people are going to that club. Like there are people kind of going to the venues.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I directed you at the wrong person.
No, I am going at some point.
All right. Well, anyway, this will be to you then. TSA.
Right. I like this.
TSA PreCheck now has self-screening. Trying this out where you can screen yourself. So, might be something you can give it a shot.
Self-screening. What is this all about? It's only at the Las Vegas airport for now, and only for TSA PreCheck customers, and only using the English language. Okay. So it incorporates a screen with do-it-yourself instructions telling people how to smoothly pass themselves and their carry-on luggage through pre-flight screening with little or no help from the uniformed TSA officers. How about that? They want to avoid passengers having to be patted down, according to the Homeland Security. How about that? That's interesting. I can't wait to try that out. I'll be flying out of there in a couple weeks. So they just let you do it. It's, man.
Dusty,
staffing
you're on board with
shortages.
this, right?
It feels like
I don't know. It feels like I don't like it. I feel like they should just let us get on the plane. I think I think security at all is ridiculous. Like maybe a metal detector or something, but the rest of this is ridiculous. We're treated like criminals for trying to get on a plane. It's completely ridiculous.
But if you can do it yourself and get through there quick, it's like, yeah, I don't mind it.
Feels like a trap, though.
A trap?
How are you going to screen yourself? Like I'm screening myself when I pack up to go to the airport. And now you ever see people at self-checkout in the grocery store? They're going, oh, the grapes. And they're trying. That's what this will be.
There'll be a learning curve, but
Yeah.
you pull your own bag out. Is there anything sharp in here before I open it?
Yeah.
It'll say, you'll mess up, and it'll say, a customer service agent will be with you shortly.
I feel like every so-called improvement is always making things worse. It's like the new X-ray machines for our bags at the Nashville airport. They're like brand new, but slower. It's like, it's so slow. I mean, I have a joke about it, so I don't want to get too into it, but it's so slow now.
Maybe they're getting a better look. You know, they're really
right.
looking.
Well, that's their justification, right? But that's how everything is. And then all it takes is people going, well, this is going to be safer for us guys. And the people that think that the TSA is just, and listen, I know people just have jobs, and I'm not talking about individual people here, but the organization, everybody goes, hey, it's just looking out for our safety, guys. It's just for our safety. And it's like, listen, we don't need it. It's ridiculous. They even in Nashville now, they have signs going, oh, just so you know, TSA stopped a guy with a gun the other day. And it's like, yeah, probably a normal dude with a gun who wasn't going to do anything with it. And it's like, what's he going to do on the plane with the gun?
Just a normal guy in a bit of a hurry with a gun on him, sweating a bit.
Start shooting us on the plane? I don't think so.
Okay.
And if they do, so be it. You know what I mean?
It was time anyway, dude.
I mean, well, you know.
I can't wait to try this, dude. I'll be trying this soon.
Yeah.
How about that, dude? Welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Self-checkout at TSA.
Yeah. I knew you would embrace it, Aaron. I kind of thought you would, Dusty, but I guess it went backwards.
I don't really have a choice but to force myself to enjoy the
Oh,
experience.
there's a guy in the camera there.
Yeah, they're zooming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a trap.
I'm all about it, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Why do you not want them to? But you think people should be allowed to take guns on planes?
I just think it's like it wouldn't matter to me.
Yeah. Well, it's almost You're like, well, if we all take guns, and if someone is bad with a gun, the other people have guns.
Right.
And you have a shootout on a plane,
Right.
and then we just land safely, and then it's all a wash.
Yeah. Let's put, let's have a, each plane has a flight attendant that's, gun certified, trained, and ready to go, ready to roll.
Yeah.
Well, that's an air marshal.
Yeah.
But don't you think she would then go, you know what? Could I get some help? Also, maybe do a metal detector just to, I'm fighting a lot
It's
of
a multiple guns.
It's every fight. Every flight is like people with guns.
I just don't think it'd be that big of a deal. I think nobody would, if somebody, the first time somebody popped up with a gun on a plane and that flight attendant took them down, everybody would be like, all right, listen, they're ready on these things. Let's not mess around here.
Australia is like that where you don't, do you walk through a metal detector though? I think you
said it was very,
they must
yeah.
be.
I can't remember, and now I'm blanking on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, before 9/11, I mean, the security was pretty loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we went to an airport in Atlanta, and I think me and my mom went to meet someone, and we had to, for whatever reason, we had to go through security. I had a toy gun in my mom's bag. It got flagged, and they took the toy gun.
Mm-hmm.
But security was, they say pretty loose, but they still took the gun. So I think there could be a way to, metal detect the guns, but we don't have to go through all this. Some scanner for our body and get patted down, and TSA treat us like we've done something wrong. They're grabbing us. I was at the TSA the other day, and there was a pretty attractive woman that had to go through that thing, and then it it identified like around her crotch area. And I was like, so now you got to have some lady come over and like, touch on this lady. And I'm like, I'm not for it. I don't support it. I think that's a
Look
real
at this
violation.
guy taking these pictures in this video. What is this guy doing?
What?
Right there. That guy.
I think he's doing what I'm going to be doing in a couple of weeks, which is documenting this whole experience.
I know, but he's like taking pictures that it doesn't make sense.
I think he's just a customer blown away by this technology.
He's taking pictures in a weird way.
Just an excited traveler, dude. You never been this excited to go to Vegas?
Yeah, but it's weird.
Or to leave Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been that
It's
excited.
a little sidestep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It's going to be an experience, man.
They
I'm
lock you in
excited.
that box. They find something, they lock you in that little box.
It's my new life philosophy. When you're dreading something, just convince yourself that it's going to be great. Find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I love it. I can't wait to go through TSA at Las Vegas.
It's going to be fun.
Mhm.
I can't wait to hear about it.
The self.
If you make it back.
That's true. If I get back.
Huh.
What if the thing is like, if you check yourself in, but if you don't do it right, it's like taxes. But if you don't do it right, you'll go to jail.
That's true.
But we know how you're supposed to do it, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
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 A couple more. I mean, Applebee's,
Yeah.
Applebee's and IHOP. It's talking about merging.
Mm.
You guys heard this?
Uh-huh.
Some stores.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like a good combo.
That's like American and Delta getting together.
That's like a desperate attempt to stay alive.
Well, they
no.
kind of admit they both could use some help.
Oh, really? They're both struggling?
They're both like, they have a customer base that we could use to kind of solidify. I think they've tried this. Ironically, they've tried this in Mexico, a few places. And now
Why is
they're
that
like,
ironic?
I don't know. I feel like two American companies, they would try it here before they would try it in other countries.
Okay.
I just feel like, what are they going to do?
Although
Like,
IHOP is international. So.
I was going to say,
is IHOP going to open like breakfast in the morning and then it's just turns into Applebee's at night?
I think you can get them both all day.
You would just go in and be like, that's a lot of.
I think.
It'll be weird to be sitting at a table, you're eating, chicken, broccoli, Alfredo, and then you got to sit across a stack of pancakes, and you're like,
oh, you can eat pancakes.
and you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah. You
It'll
order
be-
a steak and there's still syrup on the table.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
I'll take a Chinese chicken salad. I'll have the waffle and French toast with a chocolate syrup on it. I'm like, don't be. I don't know if I can. I don't like when people order. I like the table to be in unity on what we're doing.
Really?
Yeah.
like if someone ordered breakfast.
Yeah. I'm like, either we're all eating breakfast or we're all
Why
eating lunch.
why do you think you care about that?
I think it feels weird and gross. Like if it's like someone's doing pancakes and someone's got a burger and I'm like, what are we doing? Like it feels, and I want everybody to be.
Just your table, or do you look around the whole restaurant? You're like, we all got to get
No,
together.
just my table.
Okay.
Better help, Nate.
It might be, but if we're, let's all go get breakfast and we're all going to get breakfast and then it's like someone's like, well, I want a salad. You're like, no, you should be on our.
It's like staying up all night. Like if you're up at 4 a.m. and then somebody else is getting up for work at 4, you're on different realities. It's still nighttime for you. It's morning for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what's happening in the restaurant. You're
Yes.
like, don't worlds collide here.
Yeah, I understand it's 11 o'clock, but I mean, we're not. Yeah, I guess it is. It's like someone from the outside coming in your world. Because it's like, as comedy, you're like walking around. You're like, well, we all stayed up till 3.
Yeah.
We're all eating breakfast at 11.
Yeah.
And you're just like in your own little thing. And then just someone comes in out of nowhere and is like, I'll take a salad. You're like, well, you should probably leave this table. Because we're the same. The vibe is not the same.
You're off the tour.
Yeah, you messed the whole. Well, if someone did that.
I get it.
I think it's a comedy thing. But yeah, like if someone that was on the tour did it, that would be insane to me. That I wouldn't.
You would never let them live it down. Right?
It would be
gone.
tough. I think I might have brought it up before, but it would be tough for me not to be like, what are you doing?
I mean, I think we've been through this.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, it's the unity is the whole point of comedy. Then you make fun of the person that does the thing different.
But isn't that argument fun too? It's like you almost wish somebody would do it because it's fun. It's a fun situation.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's a fun situation. You would just,
If you go to eat with Jimmy Fallon in a group, you let Jimmy order first just to set the tone.
You let
for
him
what's
take
gonna
the
happen.
lead.
I would say we're all eating breakfast, right? And you'd be like, yeah. And someone's like, I want something else. I would be like,
What if
I
they,
would say something.
You're holding somebody by the neck.
Yeah.
We're getting breakfast, right?
What if they go, I'll have a breakfast burger.
Ooh.
Splitting the difference?
I
Yeah.
want a
A
burger.
little bit of both.
Put some hash browns on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Maybe pancakes with a side salad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
No, that's crazy.
maybe
Who could do that?
I could do it.
a
You could do it?
burger.
Oh yeah, dude.
I can eat a
pancake
lot of
buns.
stuff. Yeah.
Pancake buns.
You took a real bite.
I heard the bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
like
That's
a
like
McGriddle.
a McGriddle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they do
Yeah.
sausage. You're just eating breakfast now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you don't eat sausage, so you'd have to be a
Or
burger.
McDonald's. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I want you guys to see, like, really demonstrate.
Yeah. It helps.
Buffet probably changes things, right? Buffet is a whatever. Let's say you're doing a buffet at like noon. So Sunday
I would still want our table
to be on the same page.
to be on the same page.
But maybe like a second trip, like I want to go try something else over there.
I think you go hard at the thing. I guess there's a little wiggle room with the buffet, but I still would want us to be on the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are they going to really mix breakfast? You told me that
Sometimes if it's like a brunch buffet,
brunch
then
is-
it's whatever.
Mhm.
but brunch is whatever. You're
Yeah.
going to brunch, so it is whatever you want to go do. But brunch still leans a little more breakfast.
I agree.
What if you do 2 plates? First time to the buffet, breakfast stuff. Second trip to the buffet, lunch stuff.
And you orchestrate everybody. All right, second trip has got to be lunch.
you get caught up.
If you did it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you orchestrated it, this is just my table. Everybody else go do whatever you want to go.
Right,
do.
right, of course.
But it's
Get the whole restaurant involved, I think. Be like, listen, everyone, it'd make me a lot more comfortable if you would all order lunch.
well, I think if you're eating lunch, you're just what are you doing here? What are you doing at a place that even is offering breakfast?
Uh-huh.
The reason you're going to a place that's offering breakfast is to get breakfast.
Right.
But Applebee's
That's
IHOP.
the whole point of this IHOP
Yeah.
and Applebee's is they're like, let's own the whole day.
What's their name
Yeah.
going to be? Apple Hop?
That's not a bad name.
AHOP.
ID.
Applebee's House of Pancakes. AHOP.
Mm.
It's not bad.
I like that. I think they should take it.
We're just Applebee's / IHOP. You know, something
That's
like
too
that.
many names, though.
That's
Just put both logos on there.
What about
that's
this?
like the Taco Bell, KFC or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah, they have both logos up there. They're not called. It's not called something.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Distinct from. Yeah,
But that kind of works. I think that works for like fast food.
Mhm.
It doesn't work for.
they're going to share a kitchen. The back of the house will be shared, and then they blend the front of the house for both brands. They said. Interesting.
Yeah,
I love
it's,
it. I
it's
can't
just
wait.
two different smells too.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna smell wings go by as you eat your pancakes. That just throws you through a whirlwind. You're like, I can't do that.
it's too much.
Imagine blue cheese falling on the table and you got syrup on pancake and you're just looking at that blue cheese and you're like, golly, dude, why do we have blue cheese? Why is it even
Some
here?
mozzarella sticks. You know?
Oh,
You're trying to
I
have
mean,
French
changed
toast.
you and Laura's relationship.
Huh?
If this was going on when you and Laura met, if she was an IHOP girl, who knows?
Yeah.
It could have been different. What do you think about surge charges that they're talking about? Now,
I saw that Wendy's.
Wendy's back down, saying we're not doing surge
They're
we
prices.
talked about
backtracking a
this?
little bit.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Where
Yeah.
they're saying when it's busy, it's going to cost more.
That's
It's
the
crazy.
story that came out. Then
We
Wendy's back,
talked about this. I thought we made jokes about this because it was
maybe on the bus.
uh
With
I don't
Jimmy-
remember
with Jimmy
talking
Fallon.
about it, but
no, it wasn't Jimmy Fallon. Because it was the idea of just
Yeah, you have me doubting whether we did or not, but you've already agreed Brian has the best memory about this.
I know, but I still think we did because I think I made a joke about you going in right before surge pricing or something.
This might have been just you being mean in your head.
Yeah. It's the
This is you
podcast-
watching the news.
This is the podcast I host
Yeah,
alone in my head every day.
yeah, yeah.
But like you go in, it's like try to get, you go see that line at like 3 p.m.'s like everybody knows.
Uh-huh.
Go in there, and that's when it's.
I would know the exact right time to go
Yeah.
in there.
What if you're in
Buy
line?
low, sell high.
You're in line. You get a burger for $3. You're at the cashier. You get a burger for $3. But then while you're in there, the line builds up.
Mhm.
So the guy 2 or 3 behind you, it's $5 for him, but he heard you get it for $3.
Yeah.
But they were like, it got busy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, that's what
Prices
people
went up.
were worried about, and they're saying that's not what they were doing. But it feels like that's what they were.
That's what they were
to do.
planning on doing.
Yeah.
They're like, we were just testing the board, how we could change prices.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll lower prices when it's slow.
Yeah, we'll do it to lower prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you'll do it.
Dave Thomas
they're-
was so disappointed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just be a business or go out of business. Either figure it out or go
Or
out
have
of
a gun.
business.
If everybody had a gun,
Adapt or die.
Hey, you go into Wendy's, they don't check see if you have a gun.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get some guns up in there. You get some discounts.
They do surge pricing. I've seen it on an airplane where I was doing it to myself. One time we were flying and I was buying, it was like us 3 and then my mom and dad. And so I was buying all 5 tickets. And as I bought the seats, they would go, like after you bought 3 more and I was trying to get 2 more, they went up. Because they were
Because
like,
it was in higher demand.
it looked like it was a demand. And I'm like, and I think we try to call them. They're like, it just is, and it's crazy. It is what it is. Be like, but I'm trying to buy these 5
bidding against
individually.
yourself. Yeah.
These are all not that high,
Right.
but because I'm trying to buy 5, they're like, well, then the other 2 are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And you could watch it change. The number would change.
Wow.
So we had to call them to be like, why is this number changing? I don't know. And they're like, well, there's a lot of demand for that seat. You're like,
Yeah, it's me.
yeah, it's me. I'm the demand. So I'm trying to buy them for this exact price.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So Wendy's do. If you walk in, make a big,
what's the purpose of the magic wand?
What is it? Did you bring this in?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I thought you brought it.
No, I don't know what this is.
Oh, okay.
Better put that away.
Sorry, Dusty.
Oh yeah.
I didn't bring this in.
That is a magic
I
wand.
didn't bring this in
I
at
thought
all.
it seems like you would.
This isn't one of the ones that I recognize. It's not the Elder Wand.
Oh.
But
I'm sorry. Well, I don't want to touch it.
sorry.
Don't point it at me.
You guys were okay with magic, though.
Yeah.
You guys were
So
okay
they're
with
fine
it.
with
I'm
it.
fine with it.
Yeah, go ahead and play with that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play. See what happens. Good luck on your flight this weekend. Where are you going to be, Nate?
I'm home. I'm home.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm home this weekend, and then it gears up hard as always. Vegas, and then 2 shows: Boston Garden, then Reno, Sacramento, Anaheim. Then the special. I think in San Jose, and then special taping. 2 shows: April 13th, April 14th
How about that?
at the Footprint Center. We're very close to this special taping. Closer than I'm even. How many shows do I have to the special taping? I'm doing a bunch there though. It's like 6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12
12
shows.
shows. And then I'll be taping the old special.
Mhm. If you want to come do spots at Wise Guys, I can probably give you a few minutes.
Pop down. You won't be there then.
I'll be there. Yeah, the weekend you have off. I'm saying if you're trying to hop in there.
Oh, I have a weekend off after that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was.
Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Easter week.
I have this week, and then next week's kind of crazy. Then I'm off. And then after that, I think it's like bananas
Mhm.
until the end of the year.
This Saturday, I'm in Columbia, Tennessee at the Mule House.
Mhm.
And the next weekend, March 22nd, 23rd, Tacoma Comedy Club, Tacoma, Washington. Then Helium in Portland, Oregon. And then April 6th at the Plaza Theater in Miamisburg, Ohio. Another place in the path of the eclipse.
Oh.
I'll be there 2 days before the eclipse.
How about that? This weekend, this is Aaron, by the way. I'm in Lowell, Arkansas at the Grove Comedy Club.
That was Brian right before that. Sorry.
Arkansas. Yeah, just you couldn't hear the age in that. And then I'm in Las Vegas at Wise Guys at the end of March. So come on out. AaronWeberComedy.com.
Is that a new website?
No, it's just my link tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This weekend, I'm in Connecticut at the Hartford Funny Bone, 15th and the 16th. And then next weekend, I got a couple of... I'm very excited. I've not been to Hartford in a long time. I opened for John Heffron there in 2015, and I haven't been back since. So I'm very excited. But then I got a couple of theater shows. at the in Iowa City, Iowa, and in Lincoln, Nebraska next weekend. It's Lincoln on March 22nd, and it's Iowa City on March 23rd. Very exciting. So I need those to, sell well. So people are like, all right, he's doing theaters, and not like, oh, maybe a little early. And but as this podcast is coming out, I'll be going to New York City. I'm going to do a couple more podcasts. I'm trying to keep people watching my Netflix special called Working Man, and it's out there, and it's still doing well. But I'm going to pump it up, keep it going, keep people watching that thing.
Oh yeah,
tell your friends,
love it,
or your enemies, anybody.
Sure.
Charles Bukowski fans, apparently. It's a lot like that. So tell those people.
All
right. That's it. Well, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, or having a week, and we will see you next week. All right. Love you. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.